So Unit 3, Lesson 6, in this portion of the lesson we will learn how to describe a translation off the coordinate plane. So since we're not on the coordinate plane, we cannot give units to describe the translation. Right? I can't say like move up 3, right 2. There's no 3 or 2. So this is why a vector is used to indicate direction and length. Just like we used it to translate a figure off the plane, we will use it to describe a figure that is being translated. So when describing a translation that is not on the plane, it has to include the vector. The vector connects a pre-image point to a corresponding image point. So I can't just connect any pre-image point and image point. They must correspond. So for example, in the diagram, we know that C corresponds to C prime. So I could name a vector that maps ABC onto triangle A prime, B prime, C prime, vector C, C prime. I could also name the vector A prime. And again, naming of the vector is the same as naming of array. You start with the endpoint, or where you began, and you extend towards where you are heading, or the head of the vector. So where you are going is at the end of the arrow. Or I could have named it B to B prime, vector B, B prime. Okay, so the important thing is that you start with where you begin. The end of the vector is where you are heading. That's where the arrow should go. Again, we indicate that with the little ray on top of it. And we must have this information when describing a translation that is not on the plane. And they must be corresponding points.